When Joe Barry left for the draft last year, that left Coby White with some pretty big shoes to fill this past year as the starting point guard for the Tar Heels, and overall I think the freshman guard did a good job leading his team to a 29-7 record. Coming into college being known primarily as a scorer, he proved he's capable of running an offense and creating for others. His play this year has earned him a top 10 selection on most draft boards, but is Coby White ready to make an impact at the next level? He's still a very raw prospect that has a lot of room for improvement, especially as a point guard, but not too many players in the draft have a higher upside than Coby. Let's take a good look at Coby White's game in this breakdown. Coby was easily one of the best downhill attackers at the one spot in college basketball. It's rare that you'll see Coby casually bringing the ball up the court. His style of play is high-tempo transition basketball, constantly putting pressure on the defense. He has really good end-to-end speed. He's not super fast, but he's still tough to contain when he has a full head of steam. You can expect Coby to get to the free throw line a lot at the next level, and he's very comfortable at the line, shooting a solid 80% this past season. In the half court, Coby is still an effective attacker. He uses a variety of hesitations and stop-and-go moves to get to the rim. He's not a smooth attacker in the half court set. His game is more herky-jerky. He hits you with quick change of direction moves when getting to the rim, and Coby's a solid finisher around the cup. He's not super strong or overly explosive, but he's a good athlete with great size, which allows him to finish through contact. Once he puts on some muscle, it'll be really tough for opposing point guards to keep him out the lane. Coby is a capable shooter off the dribble and playing off the ball. While he did struggle from three in the ACC and NCAA tournament, overall Coby was a reliable threat from beyond the arc this season. He's a guy that can really heat up from three. He has a very quick release in catch and shoot situations and off the dribble. He can create space from his defenders using effective step back moves and crossovers. Coby showcased a promising mid-range game this season as well. This is a shot that most elite NBA point guards have in their arsenal, so it's good to see Coby look comfortable knocking down pull-up 15-footers. He'll need to improve on his consistency in shot selection, but the fact that he can actually shoot the ball well will benefit him greatly at the next level. As of now, I would classify Coby as a combo guard. His mindset is score first, but he has shown the ability to create for others. Standing at 6'5", he already sees the floor better than most point guards, and despite being a scoring guard, he's a talented and willing passer. He's capable of finding the open man running in transition, and he's great at breaking down the defense off the dribble in the half-court set and dishing it to the cutter. And even though he's a score-first point guard, he still finished top 10 in the NCAA in assists per game. Now he does have a lot of room to improve as a floor general, but the potential is definitely there. And I really like Coby's potential as a defender as well. He's a high energy guy that puts just as much effort on defense as he does offense. Coby has great lateral quickness and active hands that can make it difficult for other point guards to get to the hoop. He averaged less than 2 fouls per game as well, so that goes to show that he really knows how to slide his feet and lock up without reaching and fouling. He gambles on steals here and there, but for the most part, Coby is a disciplined defender. Biggest weakness for Coby right now is his feel for the game as a point guard. He showed his talents this year as a primary ball handler, but there were plenty of moments this season where he struggled. His poor assist-to-turnover ratio this year shows that he can be careless with the ball. His high-energy style of play can hurt him sometimes. There are times where Coby looks really out of control and wild pushing the ball up the court. He hasn't quite learned to flip the switch from 100 back down to 0. He always plays at 100 miles per hour, which can lead to a lot of careless passes and wild drives. When pressured by the defense, Coby at times can get a little rattled and cough off the ball. His handle isn't very tight and he doesn't dribble low to the ground, so when he's up against smaller guards, he occasionally has a tough time getting around them. He's just not a natural point guard, so the adjustment of becoming the primary floor general for one of the best teams in the toughest conference would obviously be difficult to handle for any freshman guard. But like I said before, Coby did a really good job as the point guard for the Tar Heels. But I do think if he improves his skills and decision making at the one spot, it'll make his ceiling that much higher. His consistency from the field can definitely improve as well. Shot a less than stellar 42% from the field this season. There were plenty of times this year where he forced the issue on offense to get himself going, whether it was attacking the basket when the lane is clogged or jacking up tough contested mid-range jumpers or three-pointers. Overall, Coby could have been more efficient on the offensive end. I believe Coby could make a big improvement in this area if he just learned how to settle down when he has the ball. Doing so would slow the game down for him and allow him to pick his spots better offensively. Now, this isn't an overnight fix, it'll be a process, especially adjusting to how the game is played in the NBA, but he's a smart player that will hopefully put the pieces together over the next couple of years. Well, here's my verdict. Coby White is a raw point guard prospect with a very high upside. His size alone for his position makes him a very intriguing player. Not only will his height benefit him as a point guard, but his shooting and slashing ability will allow him to be a productive player off the ball as well. But I would rather see Coby develop into a legit point guard at the next level. I love the way he pushes the tempo, and in today's fast-paced NBA game, I feel like Coby has the capability to really shine. Despite his turnover issues, he really is a talented passer with a solid basketball IQ. He doesn't have that natural point guard polish like some other guards in his draft class, but Coby's size, scoring ability, and high energy on both ends of the floor will benefit him greatly in the long run. He's far from a finished product, but if he continues to improve, I genuinely believe Coby will be a really solid point guard in the NBA.